in Luton. Stay with the story. Let's talk to Julia Bue-Said, who's the Chief Executive at the Advantage Travel Partnership, the UK's largest independent travel agent partnership. Julia, very good afternoon to you.
Hi, good afternoon, Roberto.
Julia, I hope we find you well. There's been an announcement that will impact airlines, a couple of announcements, of course. Flights between airports in the UK nations will be subjected to a new lower rate of air passenger duty. Does that help anybody?
I have to be honest, and you may not, may not expect me to say this, but not really. I mean, it will help clearly, those that choose to fly domestically around the UK. But actually, as an industry, one of the things we have really been trying to do is actually work with our travellers around looking at, believe it or not, various options. So for the past year or so, whilst we've been through the pandemic, one of the things we have been looking at is actually how do we ensure that we are sustainable, particularly around the domestic market. So this cut in APD, and APD was always an environmental tax. That's how it was sold to the industry, to the public many years ago. So actually, it feels very bizarre that with COP26 around the corner, we now have a situation where the Chancellor's decided to cut the APD on domestic travel and yet increase it on long haul with for journeys over the 5,500 miles, and taking no consideration of the sustainability impact and also the contribution that the airlines are making in investing in cleaner fuel. So it all seems a bit bizarre.
What about the financial support that's been promised for English airports and that's been extended for a further 6 months? That must help.
Yeah, I think any investment in actually helping the airports, but don't forget, in order for airports to ensure they're viable, they need bums in those airports, and airlines need bums on seats. And actually, if the industry is not supported in totality, then actually it's not equitable. So there needs to be, there's not been any other measures to really support industry. The rates, the business rates extension, that will help the retail agents that have premises. But by and large, Roberto, there's been very little to really help and support an industry that really has not fully been able to recover.
Julia, can I ask you, because we're in the middle of half-term week, of course. Normally half-term weeks are very busy for international travel because families want a break with their children, of course. Given what we've been through, what's been happening this week? Have people actually gone on holiday with their kids overseas?
Absolutely, yes. Many have. Half-term's been very busy. It's not near the levels that it has been in previous years, pre-pandemic, but it has been busy, and it's certainly been welcomed for a lot of my travel agent members who, as you know, have had a really tough time. But it's given them the opportunity to really sell and work towards the recovery as restrictions have been eased. But it's still very difficult, still very complex. Still a lot of consumers and travellers deciding not to travel abroad and waiting to see, when restrictions are eased even further and the complexities are taken out of it to make that decision. But no, by and large, people are travelling. We're probably, if you look at half-term in isolation, it's probably trading around 60% of a normal year.
Okay.
So pre-pandemic. So yeah, going in the right direction, but still a long way to go.
And are your partners, your members, and along with the travel industry, are they being bombarded with people who want to go away and don't know what the current rules are because they've changed so much and so often? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what they are anymore, Julia.
It's a really good question, a really good point. And I have to be honest, unless I'm looking at it daily, you can forget. It's very easy to kind of miss something because they are not the UK. From the UK perspective, that's been quite consistent. We will have a change, but it's kind of every 3 weeks we'll have a change by and large. But, other destinations, other governments are changing them all the time. So it's very difficult to really keep up to speed with what's going on, which is why I keep saying all the time, just make sure when you're thinking of booking, whether it's a business or leisure, look for an expert because they will know what they're doing. They're doing it day in, day out, and they're used to these changes because the last thing you want to do is, look forward to a break and then get caught out because you've forgotten documentation or filled out a form or you're testing. And also, many travellers haven't travelled post-Brexit, so there's other changes there as well.
Well, I asked because I was away a couple of weeks ago for a few days. I'm due to go away next week, I think, we're again for a couple of days, and I need to check up. I've no idea what I'm doing now. I'm thinking I'll start from scratch.
Many travel agents that can help you, Roberto, but But absolutely, make sure you just check the destination. Start with the destination you're going to and then look at the UK rules.
Well, I'm going to. Julia, thank you. Julia Bue-Said, who's the Chief Executive at the Advantage Travel Partnership, the UK's largest independent travel agent partnership in the UK.